my God. No, bitch. I'm not gonna do this with you. You gotta be ready.
All right, I'm ready. All right.
I'm more ready than you.
Okay.
Hey, y'all.
All right. Hey, so today's actually my first time doing a podcast.
Hey.
I've been wanting to do this for years, and I'll get into the why I've been taking forever to do it. But first, let's cheers.
Oh, okay, yes.
To being my first guest.
Yeah.
Cheers. You got it, yeah. So everybody that knows me, oh Jesus, knows I drink. So hopefully they sponsor me at this point. All right. So Sean, this is Sean. I've known her for how long now? Like 8 years? 7?
Like 7.
7 years. 7 years.
Who are you? Let's just introduce me.
No, yeah, but I have to let them know who you are and why you're
Sean.
here as well.
I'm just Sean.
So for the past 7 years that I've known her, she's known how long I've been wanting to do a podcast. So after 7 years, I'm finally doing it.
Yes, it is time. It is time.
So we're just gonna do our like natural conversation, how we usually always talk, like naturally. And then I do want to say that if you guys have any topics or anything that you guys want to ask for advice, or if you whatever, just let me know. I will drop an email where you guys can email or DM me. I don't have a phone number where y'all can text me directly because I ain't gonna give my personal, but yeah. So I guess we can get into the topic as to why it took me a long time to do a podcast. So my thing is, I think I've been nervous. 1, 2, I've always come up with excuses as to why I don't have time to do it. I've always waiting to do it with somebody. You know, it was like, hey, do you want to do a podcast with me? Do you want to do a podcast? Do you want to do a podcast? And everybody was always like, yes, yes, yes. But when the moment come, it was just never present. We've actually spoke about it again recently when I was at your house. And we actually wrote down topics. And I was like, you know what? This time for sure, I'm going to do it. Fast forward to this year. I had a difficulty moment. You know, a little mental stage going through, you know, and I actually shut down from everything. I went through a process recently, and I feel like it was just kind of like, okay, it's the time. Like, let me just do it. We just had mimosas the other days, and it was just like, it's lit.
Yes, it is time.
It is time. Like, it's no more holding back. Other than that, you know, I think that was just a little rundown as to kind of why. I don't want to speak so much as to why, but Sean,
What?
what do you do for a living?
The list goes on. So, I have a 9 to 5, of course. I work for the education system here in the city where we live in. And then also I am a loctician, which means I do natural lock care. I'm also an esthetician, which means I'm licensed to, do like skincare and hair removal services and all those other good things. So,
and then she will drop her Instagram as well. Well, I'll put it here. That way you guys can also follow her.
Yes.
Well, since I brought up, we went to mimosas.
Yes.
We'll just start off with that topic because I think this generation is kind of like different, but it's crazy because them individuals weren't like this generation. They were back in the day's generation. I think they catch up to, right. I think they're like, they feel like because they have to, because they were grown men, but I think they want to fit in to this world that we're living in now. That you guys
listen. Our experience last week out. So we went out to catch up after not seeing each other for a couple of weeks. just to catch up to see what's changed.
Weeks,
I mean, same thing.
Yeah, that was
just to like catch up, have some girl time. Like, okay, where can we like re-empower each other? What's been going on? Who you done met? Who, all these things,
everything.
like all the tea. And we just happened to have an encounter with two gentlemen. I feel like the dude in the front was the dad, and the dude in the back.
Because you
was
kept
the
saying
son.
that, but he was like they wasn't.
Nah, I think that's.
I was
really
just
think
quiet,
that-
and I let her
really
talk
think
because
that's
she
how it
be the
was.
rude one.
Is it rude?
Yeah, but you be
It's
not
not
rude. I don't mean to be. I don't want to say rude, but she's like very like mean. So I'm just quiet. Like
What's
if
the
I'm
difference?
okay, that is
Rude
true.
or
Me.
mean? I'm just very
Are we
blunt
finished or
and
are we done?
direct. I'm
Okay.
just very blunt and direct. I'm just gonna tell you like.
But
this,
you
I'm not
do
gonna-
come off rude though. But it's
talk about that
fine.
shit.
No, that's what I'm trying to
Especially
say.
when it's the niggas.
I was just gonna say for you, yeah, like you
care.
just you don't care.
I don't care.
But
I'm
you
not-
she just doesn't care. Period. In general,
I don't. I'm
like
not- I'm
if
not
you just
saving
doesn't
feelings.
feed off her vibe, then she just doesn't care.
Yeah, no. I'm not. No.
I think my thing is with guys is how you come and approach a woman. First of all, like I think if they would approach us differently, I think the conversations would have been differently. I'm not gonna entertain something that I'm not interested in. Period. But what he said, "Oh, I will pay your bill." Oh, let me pay y'all tab or something like that. So she was just like, mind you, we're already paid for our tab, but she slid and she said, "Okay, go ahead." And then what he said,
He was like, nah.
he's like, "Just playing." And it was like, okay, why do that? Like, you're not gonna catch nobody's attention. I'm not saying that we females always want, oh yeah, pay this, pay that. No, like I said, we're already paid for it, but it was more of like, what you trying to do? Because that's not all females get attention by like flashing, throwing money. That's not, for example, for us, I know that for what she likes females, but in the sense of we don't like that. We don't care about that flashy stuff. We don't care about if you have money, how much money you have. You know what I'm saying? I think we care about how you approach us, one, and then two, your personality, how you are, your vibe, your
Like she said, we was like, checking out to like pay or whatever. And that happened, how like when you see somebody or you can feel somebody looking at you. So that was more so what it was like. So this was like the second or the third time I crossed like the older gentleman, like, giving like eye contact. So I happened to like look up and he goes, "Why you staring at me?" And I'm like, well, how you know if I was staring at you if you wasn't staring at me? Like, what are you saying, sir? And I'm like, nobody's staring at you. And I just go to explain what I just said to y'all. Like, I felt you staring, so what's up?
Right.
And then the other dude leads in and starts to put in his 2 cents. So he's just like, I wasn't even trying to talk to you. I'm trying to talk to your friend. Go ahead, talk to her.
And then she was just like,
Talk to
clearly
her.
she's quiet for a reason.
Like, go ahead.
Again, I'm not gonna
anything.
entertain something that I'm not interested in. Like, I'm not gonna give you my time or day to like it. But no disrespect. Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter.
It's all the disrespect. All the disrespect.
Oh, wait, it doesn't matter.
Like, so if you watching this, like, all the disrespect. All the disrespect.
Yeah, because I think just period in general. Guys, I think what I want to tell you guys is if you want a woman's attention, I think it's just come off authentic. Be yourself. Don't try to over be somebody that you're not. Like, that we can smell that shit from a mile away. Like,
a mature woman can.
yes, that
A
part.
mature woman can.
Right.
So,
And it's like, just be you. Like,
he
and
was like, basically he could buy me.
oh, that's right.
He was like,
and
he
then
could
she
buy
said, you
me.
can't even afford the both of us. Like,
You cannot.
and then he
I
was like,
cannot
oh,
be
you're
bought.
calling me broke?
And he's like, so everything has a price, sir. You don't even know who I am, so you're just making assumptions. Like, no, you can't buy me. You
Right.
can't. So then they're like, what y'all do for a living? What y'all do for work is what they ask. And I'm like, why does that matter? Like,
yeah.
what does that have to do anything?
At that point, we were just like we just out.
Yes,
And then we just left. But
I'm like, do you even own a home, little
Oh,
boy?
yeah,
And
that
I'm
part,
like, do you
that
even own a
part.
home? So the other dude was like 4. So this is how I feel like that was his dad, because then he was like, because when I die, all that's his.
oh.
Did you hear that part? You was all taking
didn't.
selfies.
I was in 5 mimosas. Baby, they wasn't even nowhere near.
Listen.
And I had her, she's like my bodyguard when we go out. So I was like, I'm fine. Like, I didn't hear a lot of shit that was said. I just heard a few little things. But again, it's how you approach. And I think that majority of the guys now is like, come to a real woman yourself. And if it's meant to be anything, it would happen naturally. So don't force it.
I was like, no, we gotta hurry up and talk about this, because all I could see from that interaction was like the male ego was really, really, really fragile. Because he was just like, why y'all still talking about
Right,
it?
yeah.
My nigga, because we can. Because what you did, what you said, that shit was just absurd. Like, what?
Yeah.
For what reason? Y'all did the most for nothing and still got nobody's number.
Nobody's number.
None whatsoever. And it's just kind of like what you said, like your approach. And then sometimes, like, I think even for both parties, it's just that not everybody's going to be into you. You can't, like you said earlier, you can't throw money or your car or what you drive or what you're wearing at everybody. That doesn't appease to everybody. So like me, for example, if a dude's like, oh, I'm finna buy you and your girl drinks. Oh, we finna get this drinks.
Oh, for sure.
But you're not finna get my number.
For sure, at all.
You're not finna
like,
get
that doesn't mean
anything.
Yeah, just because you approach me with, oh, I'm gonna buy you you and your girl's drinks. Okay, excuse me. Okay, cool. But that doesn't mean that, oh, I have to pay you back with my phone number.
Yeah.
Or like information of anything. Like, oh no, thank you. If I am interested, you will get that information. But if not, like,
well, I ain't
carry
interested
on.
at all, but I finna definitely get these wrong drinks on me and my girls.
Like, that's it, right? But
Without hesitation.
I think so. What I really want this podcast to be about is stuff like this, stuff that happen in the real world, where we can just come here and let it be a safe place for females and guys as well. I do want to, hopefully this can be a healing journey, maybe for like everybody. Maybe my story or her story, or I know other people's stories. Maybe it'll help somebody out there. So I do hope that this podcast does help in that part. I will have different guests as well, and whoever wants to come to my podcast is definitely very much welcomed. And then I also want to mainly speak about the mental health. I feel like a lot of people don't speak about that, and it's a lot of suicides. So I want to make sure that everybody is more of come talk to somebody. And if you don't feel like your surroundings, you can't trust nobody, my podcast will be the safest spot where you can email me, text me. That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
Or call me or whatever. I don't know.
Soon. He's gonna call.
Oh, don't call. I mean, ain't no number out yet. My number is gonna be out to where y'all can call, leave a voicemail, and anything like that. And hey, even if you follow her on Instagram, you guys can. I'm pretty sure she's also a good person to talk to. We've both been to therapy.
Yes.
And we both have the same therapist.
Yes. We's an open books. Ask questions.
Yes,
I love
for
questions.
sure.
I love helping to like guide people, like to listen. Because I feel like sometimes that's what a lot of people need, is just for somebody to like listen.
Yes, and a lot of people fail to realize that. Like sometimes if, let's just say I call her, I'm not calling her sometimes all the time to sit here and hear an advice or hear anything. Sometimes I just want to vent. I just want to let whatever the fuck I have inside, I just want to let it out. She could sit here and be like, well, do you want to hear my opinion or not? And at that moment, I'm like, nah, I just want to let it out. You know what I'm saying? And people are so quick to respond to something rather than to listen to somebody. And I feel like a lot of us fail with that. I feel like we fail to, instead of be so worried about, okay, what am I going to respond with, instead of let me hear, let me actually listen to what they have to say and see which best way I can help them out. But I don't know.
I think active listening is very important. And it's something like you said, just being able to say like, hey, am I just here to listen? Did you want my opinion? Do you need some feedback? Do you need an angry response? Do you want a civil response? A mature response?
Right.
Or are we finna put this nigga in a bag response? Like
That part.
What type of energy do you need from me today?
Are we riding by his house response?
Girl, like what? We driving up. I need to put my tennis shoes on. We wearing all black.
Hey.
Like what is it? Like let me know so I can be prepared. Let me get my mind together.
We got stories for days though.
This can go on and on. She just told you guys we've been friends for years. So
listen,
I'm just like shocked and appalled right now. Like just reliving the moment in my mind. Like this girl is crazy. You know what? I'm finna be in the front seat. I'm finna be in the front seat. Yeah. Or I'm gonna be on the phone. Like if that's what she wanna do, I support her.
You know, it's those crazy moments that people take us through. Well, let me ask you for the viewers, because you don't know who watching.
Okay.
What's your relationship status?
I'm single. Big on the single.
Single. Okay. And you, of course, you only want females.
Yes, I'm a lesbian.
Okay. So
Queer.
just for the guys, I know she's beautiful, but just
I'm a part of the Legitiqua community.
The ABCDEFG.
Yes, all of that.
They just put all the letters into one little thing.
Girl, I don't get it. I'm a part of the community. You still don't understand. I'm right there in the front. L.
I'm like, well, you know what? It's a community.
Right there, yes.
Fuck it.
Yes.
I need to be in the community.
The gates is always open, and welcome you in. And if you're ready to leave, go on back out. You know what I'm saying?
It's a open.
We so friendly.
But
let's talk about this. Let's spend 3 months like getting to know each other just without the physical, because then I'm gonna know whether or not the access to everything else is where it's at.
For sure. Oh, before we continue,
oh yes,
Camilla's collection. If y'all don't know by now, this is my baby. Well, I have a daughter.
Is it the Camilla collection or is it your boobs? Because we. We trying to figure out.
What they bought?
I'm like, she doing a lot of like.
Sorry, is Camilla's collection my? Lord
Girl,
knows.
talk about it.
Matter of fact, let me get into that topic right quick.
It.
So she told you what she does for business, and it's crazy because we've always talked about business since we've met each other. So always wanted, since I was a kid, actually, I've always wanted to be just a businesswoman. I didn't know what it was, but I've always wanted to be. I love heels, and I used to always love those type of things. So fast forward, I used to sell hair, I used to sell waist trainers, and it just wasn't for me. Like it wasn't something I loved, so I never put my all into it. And then within a few years, I was like, you know what? I love heels. I love it. So I think since 2016, I want to say, I've been working on my business. I done changed my logo. I done changed my name. Before, my name was Camilla's Beauty. I done changed so many things. So for my upcoming entrepreneurs, I want y'all to know that it is okay to change your logo, your name, as many times as you want. If you guys look at the big companies, Taco Bell has changed its logo a lot of times. KFC also has changed. And I'm naming these things because I just recently seen a post like that on Instagram. And it just shows you how many big companies also change.
I didn't even know.
You
brought up Taco Bell has one. It's
I think they changed it 3 times.
Oh wow.
I'll show you.
Show us how much
I'll probably show. You probably guys to see. I don't gotta show you, but it doesn't matter. Just as long as you don't ever give up. So I've been doing my business for over maybe 9 years, I want to say, and I've been fully pressing maybe since 2019. I think I want to say I've been pressing. I had my first pop-up 2020. Pop-up shop. Yes. And it was a great outcome. I did over $500. I made over $500, and that was the best for being my first time out in the world.
Where was it at?
Miami.
Oh, okay.
Miami. And it was around Thanksgiving 2020, I think 2020. Yeah, 2020. Because I bought my house in May during the pandemic. Woo-hoo. So I'm very proud of that. Yeah. But yeah, so this is my baby. Obviously now within the years, myself growing and going through a lot of things, I still want to keep Camilla's collection for sure. That would always be my baby, and I will always have it there. I will always keep it polished and beautiful. I will never put it up and just leave it to dust. I will always make sure I take care of it. But I do feel like I belong in bigger things. So, because I'm trying to be a billionaire.
Girl, you are a billionaire.
Period. I am.
Yeah.
So,
in the future.
It's coming. It's coming. It's there.
Yes,
I am a billionaire.
Yes.
So claim it.
Yes.
Well, manifestation
is important.
Very much. Since
we
we're
talk about this all the time.
So much.
We talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
Even to bring up like recent topics, like when we were out at brunch and we always, it seems like every time we get together, we always take a step back to kind of like talk about where we were when we first met.
Yes.
Just where we were as like women who were striving for something more, the goals or the steps that we were taking to progress, and then as we progress and like reach that next goal, the things that have like set us back or caused us to pause or to redirect, or people that come into your lives that causes you to kind of like shift. I swear we talk about this every time we meet.
Every time. And it's crazy because how many people I think her friendships and my friendships, separate our lives, because we don't have that many mutual friends at all.
We don't have any mutual friends.
We don't.
Who?
I was like, wait, who? You're right. We don't have any mutual friends, but we know about each other's friends. I think that's what it is.
Yes, you say that.
So,
we don't have
I was gonna say that we don't.
We don't.
And it's crazy because we've known each other again for 7 years. But we don't have any mutual friends. But what I'm trying to say is that I think we've known each other's friends throughout the years that we don't fell out with a lot of people. And I don't want to say we fell out with them.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't say
they fell out with us.
Or
and
individually, whoever you were friends with fell out with you.
Yeah. And one thing about it is that, and I've always told this to people, if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. Like, I am loyal to the T. Whatever my title is, I am loyal to that title. So if we don't fuck with each other no more, it's because you fucked up. So I want people to remember that. If I'm not friends with somebody no more, if I'm not dating somebody no more, if I fall out with, family members, I just want y'all to know that they fucked up, that it wasn't me. Like, I am loyal to the team. As a matter of fact, we had a little situation, but we spoke about it. Remember when we went to the park? We sat down at the bench and we was talking about
girl, I'm like, hold on now. I'm trying to bring it back. But yes, I remember.
But it was just like that. Like, we're so blunt with each other. We literally give each other time. We hear each other out. We express ourselves how we feel. And again, we listen to each other, to what I'm feeling, to what she's feeling. We apologize to like, damn, I didn't mean to make you feel like that, blah, 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 vice versa, whatever. And we work through it. And that's why we're still friends after so many years. Like, it's crazy. We didn't even take a trip together yet.
I know we planning on it though.
Yeah. I think because we was young and dumb and in love.
Bitch, hold on.
Wait.
We was. We gotta be young and dumb though.
Because we was.
I'm not claiming that.
It was
young and naive.
Okay.
Because a bitch ain't never dumb. Young and naive.
Okay, you know what?
Naive.
We wasn't dumb. Because at the end of the day, like, when I love. And I deeply, genuinely love.
So naive.
Like, yeah.
I think naive is a better word to this. Because we're not dumb. We're very smart women.
Very smart women.
Very smart. Like,
can't nobody fuck with us. They could not. Okay, this is the Hennessy kicking. Oh, bitch, good thing I didn't turn on that candle. We would have been lit. That was a good one.
Oh my god, crazy.
Let me get a Sure.
Ooh, no, this really how it is though. Like, this really how it is. But dang, like, now that I think about that little, it's important what you said, like being able to, that whole communication thing with like friendships and stuff, because we did take like a little breather And then when you come back and then you revisit, like, okay, what happened? What went wrong in this situation? And then you listen, actively listen, like not listening to respond to this person.
And we're both hard-headed, I feel. Yeah, I know I am. I'm going to say I am. I know my pride. I want to say my pride. Like, sometimes I don't like to be the first person to say something.
Okay, I got you on that one.
Right?
I can understand that about you. It's just... I'm stubborn.
What I mean?
No. Because you just said hard-headed. And I'm being a Taurus, like, we never really want to admit that hard-headed part. So I had to really analyze hard-headed. And I was like, more like stubborn.
Okay, but it's
really the same thing.
But you see...
It's really the same
But
thing.
let me tell you, see, I'm the same way. Like, I'm a Leo.
Mm-hmm.
And I never want to admit when I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Never. Okay? Up till recently, I think it was like last September, which, the incident that happened. We ain't gonna talk about it on the camera. I'll remind you later.
You're gonna have to, because I'm like, wait a minute.
But it was a point in September 2022 that I think I realized that I wasn't...
Spit it out. I'm trying to get a story.
Tell me.
Why do I feel like I'm just not hearing about this?
No. You know this.
I know,
you
but my mind just be...
You know.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So I feel like from that situation, I feel like I had to step back and realize, Michelle, stop. Like, you're hard-headed as fuck, girl. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not perfect. You always do.
I think you should tell them what you did, because we already talked about what we know.
No, not
I
yet.
ain't saying details, because we already told them that's what we do.
Yeah, so that's gonna be maybe another maybe part 2. We'll have a part 2. No,
I think you should just be like, this is what. Okay,
we ain't gonna do that. Not yet. They gonna be like, bitches. No, because you know what. Because you know what? I want to have a topic about relationships. Mm-hmm. And
that's fun.
And I feel like majority of us women have been through something like that.
Oh, I can believe it, because I know I've done it.
And that's what I'm saying. And honestly, that was my first time ever doing it.
For real.
And I didn't even do that with my baby daddy.
Girl.
Okay? Like,
I don't play. Don't disrespect me.
I used to be like, fuck it. It is what it is.
Now that I'm older, I'm kind of
But now I'm kind of like, bro, don't play with me. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what took me out of my character, was like, bro, don't play with me.
Was that really out of your character, Michelle?
Talk to me in Spanish.
I need details. Come on.
Because what you mean, was that really out of my character, though?
Like... Because if someone has ever like disrespected you, do you not know how to prove your point?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to say yes, right? Mm-hmm. I want to say yes.
Mm-hmm. I know. Okay.
But this
times 10
will tell me to do something else. Oh my God! Like, bitch, I'm pulling up.
Oh my God!
I don't give a fuck who's outside, who's inside, who's surrounding. I could have had the FBI in one house, the SWAT in another house, the president in another. Like, I could have had all these people in each individual house. But I'm gunning for that specific house.
Oh my gosh.
Baby.
Oh my God.
I don't think, when I'm on Henny, I don't care. Like, I get to a place where, like, honestly, like, I don't care. Like, and I don't think, I don't think about the consequences that after, when I get sobered up, I don't think about the consequences that's going to happen afterwards.
I don't think anybody doing liquid courage. Girl, I did a lot of things. I don't care whatever your choice to drink is, because back in the day when I was really like on that crime mob type vibe,
that vibe.
It was like Patron. It was Patron.
For you? Mm-hmm. I can never drink white. I'll take a shot if I have to. Not if I have to, because I can say you don't ever have to do something. Yeah,
if you want
to. Yeah, I'll just take a shot. Like, if that's was, that's like, if it's your birthday and you'd be like, oh, take a shot. Yeah. For sure, I'm taking a shot, But no.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, Patron.
But I was going through a lot around that time too. So I wasn't really. I was trying to drink my problems away. And that's where we fuck up on, is when we try to drink our problems away and it just gets over our head, and our emotions take over and just...
When you try to anything your problems away, smoke, drugs,
anything.
sex, you know, whenever you're not like...
So... What? Not that topic right now. What I'm trying to say is, we spoke about this. So I want to have also maybe like an after hour podcast, to where I'm a very let me rephrase this. Hold on. Let me sound this very, very, very proper before anybody gets a visual mind of something different.
We still gonna get the visual mind.
Okay, well, I'm open to talk about sex. I won't put you guys in my game room.
What that mean?
Like, I won't go into details on what I do or what I like.
But what if somebody asks you, like, hey, how do I, please my man?
On the podcast?
Yeah, you won't tell them?
Oh,
like,
hell yeah.
Then you...
Oh, that's I'm already... Oh.
You won't tell
Okay,
it.
well, I don't know. I just... Okay, so I'm very open. And I think it was... Okay, so when I was with my baby daddy, the father of my child... I don't want to say baby daddy, but the father of my child... I tried to be a very sexual person, but it was like he wasn't matching that energy. So I kind of was like, "Ooh, damn! Do I need to slow down?" Fast forward, I met somebody else.
Did I do anything wrong? Because what was funny?
Okay, sorry guys. Woo. Fast forward, I met somebody else, and I felt like I was able to be myself. And when I mean myself, like, very much open. Like, what I'm trying to say is this person has made me be very much open. And honestly, I can really only be that open with that one specific person. Like,
wait, what does that mean? So you're trying to tell me that was the only person that you could be that open with? Like, if you ever got married and your husband matched your energy, you couldn't give him that?
No, now if he matches my energy, oh, for sure. No. What I'm trying to say is, because I tried to be that with...
Because I don't want your husband to miss out on his blessings.
No, my husband fun to get everything.
Okay, that's what I was okay, as he should.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, the father of my child, I was trying to be open, but it was like a shutdown. So I was kind of like, okay.
Why is that? Y'all don't know. Okay, yeah, I wasn't. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because
in my Riley voice from
I don't know. I honestly, I think I would want to say
insecure.
It could be. But I think also, I want to say we were young, but I still feel like it could have been insecurity.
Yeah, I think
we were at an age, and it could have been insecurity. I know, even to this day, and I'm 31, I am not ever insecure.
I knew you was going there.
I was like, let him know, bitch. Comfortable.
Let him know, bitch.
Like, do you see me? It's type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so confident into who I am, and one, not only to who I am, not only about my looks, but who I am in the inside and what I bring. I bring the table.
I need a fan, because I feel like I need to...
Like, baby, I bring the table. All you gotta bring is probably a chair to pull up in. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know that's facts.
Where these bitches at in 2023?
Because you don't know.
Yeah,
my last, which... Again, when we get into a topic of relationships, we could probably talk about it more deep, because it's more deep into a relationship. But when I really do fuck with my man, I fuck with him very hard. Like, so.
Oh, hard, huh?
No.
Are you looking?
Oh, no. What is? No, I'm not looking. It's crazy because that you brought that up. So, I believe heavy in God, and regardless of what I talk about, I believe heavy in God. I pray, and
big on that.
I've been praying since maybe like 10. And my god sister was actually the one that was like, I remember we was in a bunk beds in my mom's house. It's crazy. I've never prayed before, so I'm like, what do I do? And she was just like, just pray. Just talk to God. And that was my first. I don't remember what we prayed about, but I do remember she was the first person I prayed, and ever since that,
Is she still around?
Oh, hell yeah. My god sister? Yes.
Because now
I went to her wedding in August the year with that black dress.
Girl, ooh.
Follow me on Instagram and y'all will see it.
Ooh, that dress was everything. You look so good. Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, she just had a baby. So
congrats.
I gotta go visit them. But yeah, that is my love, because I love her to death. But with that being said is I literally just prayed last night because I feel like women, period, single women, whether you're looking for a wife and I'm looking for a husband, and we're like,
both.
We want or both. I mean,
you never know.
Look, if it gets to you, no, let me stop. No, but what I'm trying to say, the reason why I'm trying to say is that because I feel like we always praying for, give me, I want love. I can't wait until like this. I can't wait until that. And honestly, last night I prayed to God and I was like, you know what? Take that urge away from me right now. Take that feeling of me wanting to love a man, wanting love from a man, wanting that feeling to be next to a man. Like whatever feeling I have about a man, take that feeling away from me. And not because nothing bad. I just feel like I'm not ready to be somebody's wife yet. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like how can I pray for a husband if I'm not even ready to be a wife? You know what I'm saying? I feel like I need to learn myself. So I got out of the relationship and I went on a date recently, and he asked me, what do I like to do? And I didn't know how to answer that. So I felt like, you know what? I really need to figure myself back out. And I used to live so much for others that now it's time for me to live for myself. Okay. So in that sense, that's why I'm not looking. Obviously, if God sends me somebody, trust me, I would know. I know for a fact. Same thing with you. Like, God sent you somebody. Are you looking?
It's like a good balance of like yes and no, right? And I like what you said in the instant, like, God, take this urge away. So what I've been hearing, like this thing that's been going around like on TikTok or social media or whatever, is like a prayer or a password to God. And you basically like, you give this word or a phrase to God, and you're like, when my person arrives, only they are going to know this password. So you share it with God.
Oh my God, yes.
So I've seen
that.
So
I want to do that so bad.
You should do it. So
I'm sure if you come to me and give me a password.
Exactly. So like, I pray to God.
Don't say
I wrote down. I'm not.
Oh, because everybody want to come say that.
I'm not. So I prayed to God. I gave him my password. I also wrote it down with what I'm looking for, like in my partner, what I need for her to have to kind of like balance me. Okay. Because that's what I learned in my last relationship. Like, although I knew very early on in the beginning we were never equally yoked, but we like forced ourselves to try to make it work in a sense.
Yes.
And I'm just not gonna do that anymore. Like,
I believe that. Like, we always try. I feel like we always try to force.
Yeah, force the relationship to make it work. And I like take accountability for the last relationship, because I knew in the beginning, very early on, I'm like, this not gonna work for me. This you gotta go. Like, and that was like when I was like 31, 32, and I'm able to be like, nah, what you giving me is not what I need. And we still end up playing the back and forth, and every time we broke up, it was just like, I don't need to be with this person. But then you get sucked into like that feeling of like having somebody, and you feel like you need somebody. Yes. You build a relationship with somebody, and it's like a comfort thing. So you keep running back to it. I'm not doing that anymore. It's quite toxic, and that toxic side of me, it can be very lethal. Oh, it can be very lethal.
Is that so?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. So I've given my password to God, and at this point, I'm just waiting to hear. And I'd be so scared, because have like,
I'm over here like,
I have like no,
you can't tell. You can't tell nobody, right?
Okay. Why would you want to share it? It's between you and God.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I gave him
That's
like
true.
2. I gave him 2 passwords.
So what if you have 2 different people come with both of the passwords?
Listen, I'm gonna have to go back to God.
Because hold on, like let's just say you have
And stop
Chi
telling people. Yeah.
You got Chi and Che. And Chi comes with one of the passwords, and the Che comes with the other passwords. What you gonna do?
Okay, so like I understand that logic, but I feel like it's almost not gonna happen, because if I'm talking to someone, I'm not the type of person who's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just, whoever trying to take me out, I'm just gonna go with them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if I'm opening that door to like get to know someone, I'm just opening that door to get to know that one person. Because I have like a 30, 60, 90 day rule for a lot of things.
Right.
So
I
she may
don't
not
know.
even make it to the 60 days.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
She may not even make it to the 90
Let me tell you
days.
something. I went on it, so I ain't even gonna talk about it. But I went on a date that didn't last for a week.
I mean, see, so
And it's nothing bad. Like, it wasn't nothing bad with this person at all. The vibe was dope as fuck. It really was.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it was too much pressure to talk specifically to that one person. I was just like, baby, I need to heal. Like, you're not ready for my healing journey. So I'm gonna need you to go on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanna just enjoy my life right now. Like, I have an 11-year-old daughter that I have to think about, 1. And 2, I really gotta put myself first this time. I feel like I've always been putting everybody else first, and it's time to build myself first and build me, and just, 1, get closer to God, and I want to walk in my purpose, walk my truth. Like, I just want to do what I am meant to do. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't want no distractions. And honestly, whatever is meant to be for you, no matter what it is, it's always going to be for you, man. Trust me. And you're going to get it when it's the time. Like, you might cross paths with somebody, and at that moment, y'all wasn't just, things were going so wrong because that wasn't the right time. And I feel like if y'all are meant to be, it will be the right time where y'all supposed to be together. If y'all are meant to be, but don't force anything. I feel like people need to really do what makes you happy, whether you're in a relationship or not. Obviously, don't disrespect in the relationship, but just do what makes you happy. Be yourself, be you. And if that person is for you, they will respect it and they will go on with what you love to do. Like, am I right? Because your
right.
past relationship, it was more of you was giving.
Yeah, it was. It was more so, even when we started going to therapy, like my therapist now, she's like, you spend so much time trying to fix yourself to be with this person, because that person made me feel like everything I was doing or how I thought or how I moved was wrong. Right, dimming my light in a sense. And we talked about this, like,
even with your business.
Yeah,
remember?
Like, yes, everything. And we also,
and you blossomed after your breakup.
Listen,
you had a little rough patch, but you blossomed.
Yeah, I definitely did.
She bought a house after her breakup.
I did. Bought a brand new fucking house.
Had her own studio. Yeah. Do you call it a studio or salon?
Yeah, salon suite.
Salon suite. She had her own salon suite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like, it's just amazing, like, because when we were talking about that at brunch, like how things happen when you close one door or when you get a person away from you and out of your life who's blocking your blessings, only because you're not really able to be like your true self. Like, they're dimming your light, you're setting yourself aside. But when you find that person who's like equally yoked, you should still be able to have like a good balance for what you want to do and for what that person is trying to do. And that way, I don't say it's like equal support, but that person understands that, hey, she has someplace she's trying to be and I have someplace I'm trying to be, and we just help each other get there. Right. In the meantime, I'm just going to get there by myself until, she just happens to waltz in out of nowhere looking like a snapper. So, yeah. And I'm okay with where I'm at now. Like, some days it's lonely as fuck. Like, my therapist was like, she's like, it's only gonna get lonelier. Like, I don't even have that. I don't have a person where I'm just like, oh, good morning text messages too, or good night, or how was your day? I don't even have that.
Freshly, I'm happy where I'm at, because you know what it is. I'm happy where I'm at because I want to make sure, I know that I'm going through a healing journey. And when I mean happy, don't get it twisted. I have my days where, like, I get angry at a situation that I was in. I cry still, but it's not like boo-hoo cry. I just like shed a few tears and I talk to God. I learned that so much. And I think with what I was trying to say as well as before with me giving that prayer to God is talk to God about your problems. Because I'm not saying that just because, you know, she's my friend and she's gonna be negative. I'm not saying that. I'm saying what I'm trying to say is whatever you speak out is gonna come to existence. And even though you are expressing yourself to her, you're you're putting those emotions out there to the universe where it can throw things at you that's not what you want. If I'm making sense of what I'm trying to say. I understand what you're saying. You know, so I feel like when you talk to God, one, you're in a safe, very safe place. Do it while you're driving to work, while you're driving to the gas station, while you in the shower, while you're in your bed, in a very safe place where it's just you and God. Talk to them like how that's how I talk to God. I talk to God literally like, you my friend, you my dog. Like, you know me inside out. You know, you should always go and talk to God and pray and, you know, try to find your way. But the healing journey is scary. Yeah. It's a scary journey. But what I have been learning a lot is trust the process. Yeah. And trust me.
You have to. And that takes some time, even learning the process. Does. And I think it's scary because it's like, shit, life is scary as fuck. But it's just you're going mentally and emotionally in a space of like unknown. Unfamiliar. Like when you're getting to know yourself, like some things you do or say may shock you, like how you respond to certain things, and you just like, damn, like wow, I've really grown up. Like now, you know, previously, like I have like conversed with people or tried dating, and now it's kind of like I'm not dealing with that, you know. Or you speak up for yourself, and then that person looking at you all weird, like you don't, like something wrong with you, and it's kind of like, nah, I've had enough time to check myself and spend alone with myself to know that you may feel like it's me, but nah, it's definitely you.
It's you. Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely you.
For sure.
Carry on about your business and keep it moving, but definitely on the talking to God, and you have to believe all the things that you say.
You better believe it. Don't just say it.
Yeah, you gotta believe it. You gotta feel that shit.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
When you're saying like, okay, I'm ready to move. I gotta make this next move. I'm gonna be a business owner. Take that moment to like feel.
Even if you're doing something
feels
little,
like.
Even if you're researching.
Slow progress. Slow progress is still progress.
You taking a step more than somebody else is not taking a step.
Yeah, that's important too. Like you said, doing your research, like just pulling it up. What does it look like? You know, getting an LLC. What type of business do I want to own? Like, okay, what does it look like to make business cards? How much is that gonna run me? Like, and journaling. I still have things that I'm like crossing off my list from like 2020, 2021. Like, and I do it for everything. If I need new tires, I'm gonna write it down in my journal. Like, okay, I need to get new tires. Okay, I need my brakes done. Okay, this bill I need to pay up on. Like, whatever it is, and I just check
something falls down from the earth and pays it for you.
Girl, every time.
For real, bitch, I'm finna start writing. I need my tires changed.
Girl, every time. And even if it takes me like 3 or 4 months, it's kind of like, boom, like I finally got that done. I got it off the list. I know I needed to do it. Let me just write it out so it's in my forefront. Like I don't lose sight of what I'm trying to do. And it's right there. So when I open my journal, boom, I'm looking at it again. And then you kind of, it's like your imagination is working for you. Like, damn, I need to get my tires changed. Okay, tires changed. Where would I go get my tires changed? Okay, Tire Kingdom. Which Tire Kingdom I want to go to? Okay, I go to the one right there up the street from my house.
Right.
Like, last time I went there, it cost me about this much money. So I probably, you know, with inflation or whatever, it probably cost me. Like, you literally go through like a whole process.
That's cool.
So now you're like,
I just be stressing. I be like,
no. What's the stress?
What's next?
Because if you believe,
how many more tires I gotta change?
If you believe that it's gonna happen for you,
then, I mean,
and I'm not knocking you for stressing because we people, right?
No, but I get what you're saying. I would just
like you can't help but to be like a little worried, like, oh shit, the light's about to get cut off. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So there's definitely not now, but like previously in my life, I'd be like, you know,
for sure.
Let me go through my closet real quick.
But no, I get it. So I do have a journal, but I just write about like my feelings.
I put everything in that motherfucker.
I don't put that down.
I put everything.
But I need to do a list.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've made it to the hour-ish.
Oh yeah.
So I do want to ask though. I kind of want to do something different. Like probably like ask all my guests.
Okay.
What's your goals for the next? I'm gonna say 3 years. I don't even want to give 5. Everybody always does 5. For the next 2-3 years, what are your goals? What do you want to see yourself at?
The next 3 years, so definitely still like loving me more. And now I'm at the point where I know what that looks like. Like, you know, I started my lock journey. It's been rough. Sometimes, some days it's a little rough being in this process, but also learning to love myself at each stage during this process. Physically, like working on myself, like things that I want to do for myself, physically to make me feel. And I ain't gonna go get no BBL or nothing like that.
No, for sure. I know.
I'm just saying.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, not knocking anybody who does. It's just not.
I'm scared.
My thing. It's just not.
But I already got. Excuse me. I already got an ass, so I kind of like. Don't
Hey, listen, you're already good there. So
like.
You're already good. And then of course, like, you know, growth with like business development. And I want to get like a little mini patio, put it in my backyard.
Okay.
Yes. So things like that.
Don't you have a little patio?
I want it bigger.
Oh, okay. You gonna like extend it?
Yeah.
Oh, you can? Because you can still got that area. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's in that. And
did you put the fence up yet?
Girl, no. I'm waiting for everybody else to put their fence up. So I ain't gotta pay out much.
You hear that?
That shit's expensive. $7,000 for a fence.
It is.
For some privacy.
It is.
But luckily, like, you know, the neighborhood kind of quiet, but I definitely want that. So even things like that. And then like towards the end of the year, I'm going to start looking back into what it looks like to go back into the suite again, but more so like leasing a building or maybe even buying a building, whatever the universe has for me. So we're just gonna go with buy the building, buying the building,
because then you can get tenants.
That's the goal. So buying a building so that I can get tenants,
For
those are like. And I'm not saying I have to be there in 3 years, but it's definitely just to do the research to see what I need to do to put myself in that. And you know, I just scheduled that out based on like where I am at my certain point, but like with my clients, and then of course introducing like new products. So now I'm doing research on my hydration mist for locks.
Okay, that's dope.
And yeah, that's go. That's the goal. And it's even more crazy because like I already asked my sister. I was like, you wanna be over my warehouse? Yeah. She was like, how much you pay a year? And I'm like,
yeah, baby, I need to get a warehouse.
Can I get the warehouse?
Can I get it first?
But I already asked her. I was like, would you be willing to like, you know, run my warehouse for me for my lock business? And she was just like, yeah. And she was like, how much you pay? And I gave her a number. I gave her a number, and she was just like, yeah, cool. And I'm like, I mean, what do I have to lose just by putting that out there? Nothing. It's just a thought. A mustard seed. That's where it starts.
But you know what? Claim it. Speak as if you already have it.
Yeah.
Right now your warehouse is under construction. They're
it definitely is. Yes.
That's it.
It definitely is.
So you just gotta speak to it.
It definitely is. And while it's under construction, I'm working on my products and diddling and dabbling with ingredients.
Diddling and dabbling?
Yes.
Diddling and dabbling.
With the ingredients, you know.
Americanos.
Don't do that.
Because
what would you have said?
I don't not diddling and dabbling.
Oh my god!
I would probably
experimenting with different ingredients to see what works best for different. Dabbling. Oh my god!
Well, that's what's up.
I feel like that's the old head of me, dibbling and dabbling, all that ripping and running.
Ripping and running, yes.
Ripping and running, that's the same thing.
Dibbling and dabbling.
It's
I want to give a shout out to my sister. She bought me them flowers.
Oh,
my oldest.
Lo siento. But she is really cute.
Do I edit this part out?
I don't know. I don't know what she is. I remember the first time I saw her, I was like, and why she with her?
I gotta get off the camera for that.
I said, but I'm gonna be nice because that's my friend.
To be continued.
I did. She could do better.
My sister needs healing, though.
I'm not trying to interact.
No. I'm just speaking at her in general. Like my sister, that's my baby. She's my older sister, but she's still my baby. Like even my daughter be like, "Ma, you act like you the older sister." But
yeah, littles always do.
I'm the middle one.
it's this. You're still a little.
But you know something
being in the
is
middle,
that I
y'all
think you
the
know what
worst.
it is.
You want to be the big so bad. Why
No. You know what I think it is? I don't think I want to be the big one so bad. I think I know what me and my sister, mind you, we have other siblings as well. Mm-hmm. But me and my older sister, we've literally been through the mud together to a point where we've been through so much together that we went years without talking. You know what I'm saying? So that's another topic. But maybe I'll bring her. I'll definitely have my sister.
You gonna have to.
For sure.
Yeah,
that's like no question. Yeah, like
maybe.
no, I didn't even say maybe.
I
meant to say like maybe me and my sister can talk about it to the audience, because I'm pretty sure there's other people that are in a situation like that where they don't talk to their siblings. And me and my sister will tell you, we keep it real with y'all. Like, again, we're open book, and we're private, but an open book enough to give out certain information. But but I still care for my sister, and anything that I can to bring her up, to get her to where she needs to be at, I'm always gonna help her out first, for sure. Because that is, I know I call her up right now. She's in Cali right now, but I can call her up right now. She, no questions asked, that girl will be here in a heartbeat. And she treats my daughter like her own. So shout out to DJ Ice. Thank you for the flowers. And there's more in there too. Anyways, well, we're gonna wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed my first podcast with my very special guest, Sean. Almost said your whole fucking government name. Because I always do. But I do, guys, want to remind you that my podcast is a very safe place. I want it to be a very open platform to where you guys can hit me up about anything, topics, advices. You want me to talk about it, I will talk about it. I'm definitely having her back on. We are going to have a part 2, because we need to have a part 2.
Okay.
To be continued. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in, listening to me, and watching my journey, I guess, because I'm still in a journey, in a baby Jesus, a journey. And
we
that's
all
it. So the name. So what I mean by that is I want you guys to be open with me the same way I'm going to be open with you guys. So if you guys ask me a question, I will give it the very most honest that I can. And when I say that is because, again, I have my life is private. So if it affects my daughter, I won't put it out there. Even if it'll affect her in the years where she's able to see this, I definitely won't put it out there. I don't ever want nothing to come back to her. But I'm a very open book, and I want this to be an open, safe place for you guys as well, for the women and for the men. I think, we all need that safe space to go and talk to somebody, because we all have issues in our lives. And then I want to have an after hour open up with Chelle.
Okay.
Dark. Baby,
talk about sex with
baby,
the love Jones.
Yes. Bitch. Yes. Just like that. So, I do want to have that, because I'm very much open and ready to talk about sex, because it's just
I feel like that's all you
beautiful conversation. No. Healing, growing, evolving. Not only for women, but for men too. I feel like men don't have a platform for where they can go to be open. So why not come open up?
Es bueno.
Damn. I had my second one, and you ain't even.
Henny is not my choice. Well, I drank it because this is what you.
We could do it like a little shot. So cheers to the first podcast. Fuck it. So that was like so little. That was like nothing. That was like tickled my little throat in the back.
Well,
like Cardi said, the little thing in the back. It just tickled that.
I don't have it.
You have that. Everybody.
Mine's got removed.
You did not. Let me see. Alright, guys. Thank you again. And stay tuned for next episode. We'll probably do it like once a week. Or it'll be a part. Look at me. We'll probably do it once a week.
No, you tell me.
Definitely probably once a week. We'll see what the audience says, but probably once a week. Because we have a busy life. We're our entrepreneurs.
Yes. With 9 to 5s. That's not so 9 to 5s.
I don't have a 9 to 5.
That's not so 9 to 5.
Oh,
you still have a regular job.
I don't have a 9
It's
to
not.
5.
I mean, but you have a regular job, but it's not a 9 to 5. That's why I said that's not so 9 to 5. Come on, girl.
All right, guys.
Spanish people.
Thank you. She's racist. We'll edit that out.
Not at all. My God. I love people.
She want to be Spanish so bad.
You know, just a little bit. Muy piquito. I got all of that. What you?
All right, guys. Peace out. Thank you again. Stay tuned.